So incarnation, capital I, that means that God somehow took on flesh or entered the womb of Mary, as many early church fathers say. Or is this a case of a procreation, which is what the word begotten also means in the Greek? So let's have a look at the account of Matthew and Luke. So in Matthew says, this is an account of the origin, note the word there, origin as Genesis, of Jesus the Messiah. And again in verse 18, the origin or genesis of Jesus the Messiah was like this. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, that is, before they had intercourse, they had sex, she was found to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit. So this is a very simple account with obviously supernatural, miraculous happenings, but it's simple in that the origin of Jesus is being explained to us here as being caused through the power of God's Holy Spirit. So let's see if Luke provides any more information about how this happened. So in Luke 1:30 to 35, the angel, that is Gabriel, said to Mary, "You will conceive and give birth to a son. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Holy Spirit will come on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. The child will be the Son of God." So note there the will be's. The Son of God only comes into existence, according to both accounts here now, by the power or the overshadowing of God's Holy Spirit. Now, it is self-evident that these accounts are either neglected or glossed over by Orthodoxy, Protestant Catholic traditions, as we can clearly see both virgin accounts explain in detail the means by which this miraculous and long-awaited event took place. And notice the very technical words used, especially here in the account of Luke, the word translated as conceived, and the word, or the phrase I should say, for this reason. They're very technical words, technical phrases, denoting a miraculous procreation. You might be interested to know that many evangelicals agree that the virgin birth in the account of Matthew and Luke are not talking about an incarnation, capital I, of a God or God the Son or even an angel, as many other Christian systems believe. So we have this from the IVP, Bible Background Commentary on Luke 1. The account follows the typical Old Testament structure for a divine birth announcement. The point of Luke is that God, who acted for Elizabeth as he did for Sarah, could still do anything. So this commentary is taking you to the accounts of miraculous births, for example, the one in Genesis 18. So this is not totally unprecedented. What's unprecedented about this particular account of a miraculous birth is that it's virginal. In other words, there is no spouse involved in this, no sexual act. So what many fail to see when it comes to the doctrine of the capital I incarnation, that is, God somehow taking on human flesh, are also the clear Gnostic and pagan overtones that this introduces to the biblical text. And once again, many evangelicals agree with this. For example, the Dictionary of Jesus and the Gospels. What we find in Matthew and Luke is not the story of some sort of sacred marriage or a divine being descending to earth in the likeness of man. rather the story of a miraculous conception without aid of any man, divine or otherwise. As such, this story is without precedent either in Jewish or pagan literature, even including the Old Testament.